Good morning to you. Welcome to Infinity Highway and greetings to this incessant beeping. Yeah, welcome to South Portland, Maine.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right on Main Street.
My gosh, those are low bridges. However, soon to be Scarborough, Maine. And this incessant, continuous ringing in your ears, it's not angels letting you know that they love you. It's definitely not angels letting me know they love me. Boy, wow. I don't know why it has to do that, but what you're hearing, that ringing in your ears.
Turn right at the traffic light.
No, it's not low air tanks. No, it's not low PSI for my brakes. That would make sense. That I could understand, and because that does happen if you run low on air.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on Pleasant Hill Road.
This alarm, and it will be continuous. In this case, what is happening is we're having an electrical issue. Our batteries are not charging. Oh my God. That really is loud, and man. Yeah, something's going on with our electrical system.
In
You know,
1/4 mile, turn left on Pleasant Hill Road.
as I've mentioned in previous videos, I've been having an issue with my AC not working properly. And it's weird because it works in the bunk, it blows cold air, but up front it doesn't blow cold air. Well, so we made our delivery this morning back over there in Biddeford. The construction, they're doing a bunch of construction
Turn left at the traffic light.
on a hydroponic shop over there, and boy, it smelled very sweet, if you know what I mean. So we hung out over there, crashed, camped out in their there it is again, yeah. Camped out on their property, and the construction crew shows up at like, I don't know, 5:30, I guess. We got there at like 10:30 last night, at 11 p.m. Made dinner and tried to get to
1/4
sleep.
mile, turn left on Glasgow Road.
And it was one of those things where it's like, all of a sudden Max just starts barking. I had the truck off, I had the windows down. He starts barking, and I get up and I see that there's people out there. And it was like, I look at the clock and it was like 5:45 or something. I'm like, dude, I just fell asleep. So whatever, I got myself roused up at about 6:30, and because that's what time the boss told me that they would receive me. I was like,
Turn left on Glasgow Road.
anyways, got in touch with the guy, the receiver. His name was Joe, and they got me unloaded. So we went off on our way down to a service plaza down the I-95.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Glenway Road.
And this started happening. So we're coming up over here to a local truck repair shop here in Scarborough on, damn it, here on Glasgow Road, to have them take a look.
Turn left on Glenway Road.
I believe this is the joint right here, Fleet Care. So real quick before I go ahead and run on in and check in with these guys, let me check in with you. Today is Tuesday, August 17th, 2021. Current local time out here in Maine is 10:25 in the AM. 77 degrees outside, and about 60 foot elevation or so. So I got to run in and talk to somebody here. So we'll talk to you in a bit. Oh geez. Okay, hey there, welcome back. Good afternoon to you. And welcome to
turn left on Laramie Road.
Yeah,
Take
Laramie
the first
Road.
right.
There you go. That's right, Chility. Welcome to, well, let's see here. It's either Portland or Westbrook, Maine. Up here, essentially Portland. What I do know is the address that we're going to, as I speak, is a Portland address. And well, we're not on our way to go pick up a load. We're not going to have to drive all night.
Turn right
Because,
at the traffic light.
well,
Then
it's kind of
take the
funny.
first
So,
left.
not but just 3 days ago or so, we were driving through Nevada desert. And I think it was on one of the past videos. We stopped in Dugway, Utah, and I made a joke. It wasn't very funny, but it was an attempt at being a joke. I was talking about how we were broke down. And I said, no, we're not broke down. And I said, well, we're kind of broke down because the AC wasn't functioning properly. Well, and so now here we are a few days later up here in Maine, and we are broke down.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Okay, yeah, wait a minute, we're driving the truck. No, we're actually broke down. We actually have a problem. And it's tied in with the AC. So go figure. What it turns out, because we had that battery alarm going off earlier, and we got sent over to a local shop back there in Scarborough, or whatever it's called, Scarborough, I think Scarborough. And we got it diagnosed. Max, hey, shush. Come here, get down. And it's a little bit complicated, but this truck has, whereas most trucks have 4 batteries, this truck has 8. The first 4 are what run, which basically run the starter, and then all the other electrical stuff with the alternator charging them, right? It has 4 auxiliary batteries, which are different, which are there behind the truck to run the bunk AC. So you don't have to run the truck idling to have air conditioning. That bunk AC has never functioned properly. So long story short, so these guys did a diagnosis. They determined that one of the starter batteries was bad. They weren't sure if the alternator was bad because it was pushing amps, or it was pushing volts, but it turns out it wasn't pushing the proper amperage. Okay, so in conjunction with that, the 4 batteries in the back that run the rear AC, the bunk AC, all 4 batteries were bad.
Arriving at 81 Riverside Street on the right.
And then they determined, as I said, that the alternator was bad, and the front AC is tied in directly, it's powered directly by the alternator, not the batteries. So they did that stuff, but they don't have the alternator. So what we're doing is basically we just departed Freightliner of Maine. Who is overnighting a new alternator. To which should be installed tomorrow morning. And so, because we can't run the truck and we have no AC, like if I run the truck, that and I try to turn on the AC, I get that buzzing, that beeping, beep, the entire time. And besides that, the AC just isn't working. Anyways, so here we are over at Fireside Inn and Suites, and we are going to get a room for the night and head back over to Freightliner tomorrow morning to get that alternator installed and four new batteries. So that's the deal. That's the update. Just figured you would like to know. I don't know why, but so I'm gonna go run in and get checked in. Max, move, and get a room, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. The time is now 3:57 in the PM, and it's pretty warm and muggy outside. I'm not sure what to see here. Yeah, 87 degrees and muggy. So I'm looking forward to getting a room with an air conditioning in it. So anyways, we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Take care.
Continue on I-95.
Well, hey there. Welcome back. And greetings to you from Portland, Maine. Once again, good afternoon. Welcome to Infinity Highway. Again. So, yeah, how y'all doing? Last we spoke, I believe we pulled in over there to Fireside Inn and Suites or something like that yesterday afternoon. And went and got ourselves a room, and it was pretty nice, actually, you know. In consideration of all the negative comments that I saw on Google about the place, it must have just been people who just think that every motel they ever stop at should be 5 stars. And, you know, because there was a couple of negative comments about the place. I got to the place, it was nice. It was actually really nice. Room was nice and clean. Bathroom and shower, clean. It was just, you know, it was nice. It was, you know, nice bedding, comfortable beds, new pillows, you know, microwave, refrigerator, coffee machine, big flat screen TV. But all that said, I think probably anything would have done the trick as far as I was concerned. I don't know, I was kind of a dead dog yesterday. I'm kind of a dead dog today too. It's funny, I don't know. I've just been feeling kind of run down the last couple of days, but we did put in a pretty long haul to get our asses out here in a really
Take
short amount of
exit
time.
45 on the right toward I-295.
Since we had left California, and so I guess that kind of would explain feeling a little bit run down, but and so yeah, we spent the night, you know, got a good rest, stuff like that, got a shower in and all that, which is always a good thing. Hopped up this morning at about 6:30, as per, oh boy, let's see, exit 45 appears to be closed. Enter and exit on left only. What? Wait a minute.
Take exit 45 on the right toward I-295.
I completely missed that freaking sign. I think I know what it was getting at, though. I think maybe I do. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, hopped up at about 6:30 to get our asses over to the Freightliner service center at between 7 and 7:30, as per they suggested. They said the new alternator would be in by then. And so we got over there, and of course it wasn't. And that's actually what I expected. I did not expect it to be there first thing when we got there this morning. Sure enough, it wasn't. So we had to wait for, I don't know, a couple hours or something like that till I think like 9 or 9:30 for the part to arrive. And it finally did. And
in 2 miles, turn right on Main Street.
the actual time removing an alternator and replacing an alternator is far less than the time that it takes waiting for the alternator and to arrive. It also takes less time than it does to get invoiced and paid out too, it would seem, but whatever. So after, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours over there, I guess. Let's see, if we got over there at 7:15, we'll call it 7:30, I think we were out of there at right about noon for a 1-hour job. And whatever, and it worked. It fixed things. It did. It fixed things. The AC does seem to be working a little bit better now, and it does make sense because now it's getting the proper amperage, so that's good.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right on Main Street.
And we went and made our way over to the parking lot over there across from Fireside, and hung out there for a couple hours. We just received a new dispatch, which is taking us back over here at Scarborough. Just right down the way from where we went yesterday. The first repair shop that we went to was Fleet Pride. It's just past their location by a couple doors down.
Turn right at the traffic light.
To pick up a load of paper products, and looks like it might be a kind of heavy one, about 40,000 pounds maybe. The paper ones typically are kind of heavy, it seems, or they can be anyways.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on Pleasant Hill Road.
And so we're going to be getting loaded with that and hauling it down to Piney Flats, Tennessee, for about a 950-mile run.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Pleasant Hill Road. Turn left at the traffic light. 1¼ miles, turn right on Parkway Drive.
Yep, so let's deal with that. What do we got today? Wednesday, August 18th, 2021. Current time out here now is 2:27 in the PM, so yeah, it's gonna be a long one today. Got about 80 degrees outside, elevation 66 feet, and as I mentioned, well, we got 941 miles down to Piney Flats from where we're about to pick up.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on Parkway Drive.
Damn, what is this place called again? Northeast Paper Products. Northeast Paper Products.
Turn right on Parkway Drive.
Oh shit. That came up quick.
In 1/2 mile, arrive at 10 Parkway Drive on the right.
Max, shut up. Shut up. I saw a golden retriever out there. Shush! Okay, that's enough. No, that's enough. Wait a minute. Northeast Paper Services. Why does their address say 16? And I have an address of 10. Oh, that's funny.
10 Parkway Drive.
Well, the name is the same. Huh. I think I got the right place. Alright, Max. That's well done. Okay, shush. Alright, I gotta go. Greetings to you. This time from back here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Just crossed over the Piscataway or something river, which brought us across the state line from Maine back down to New Hampshire, and we are making our way over to Travel Centers of America.
Take exit 3B on the right to Route 33.
Right over here off Route 33. Imagine that. To go ahead and get this load scaled.
At the end of the street, be in the left lane, then turn left.
Our first and closest available truck scale for the point of which we got loaded at the shipper with 44,011 pounds of
Turn
paper.
left at the traffic light.
Big massive paper reams again. So just as I suspected, yes, a very heavyish load here.
In 1 mile, turn left on Ocean Road.
I think this is actually a TA we've been to before. In the not too distant past, I think we actually did a 34-hour reset over here at this TA. I think this is the one. Yeah, this has got to be it. And so, as a truck driver, right, and you know, as I've mentioned before, I've been doing this a year now. 1 year. Just over a year and a month now or something. Pretty much almost exactly. A year and a month. And I've hauled lots and lots of loads in that 1 year, right? Just 1 year. I've hauled heavy loads and I've hauled light loads, right? And, you know, part of the job is knowing that if you have a heavy load that you're, well, gonna need to go scale it. But I don't know, you know, the boss, you know, it sends me a message, please go to scale or something, right? After a year and a month of doing this, he still feels the need to let me, you know, ask me to go to the scales, you know, or remind me to go to the scales. And that's fair enough because, you know, it's better to go ahead and just
1/4 mile, turn left on Ocean Road.
Error on the side of caution and just presume that somebody's going to forget to do something, and then that way, you know, no mistakes occur, right? So I'm not saying anything about him, you know, feeling the need to tell me the obvious. But so I sent him a message back, right? You know,
turn left at the
funny,
traffic light.
You know, I sent him a message back. I said, "What are you saying? You think I'm fat?" and I sent along with a couple of the, you know, laughing so hard you're crying little smiley faces. You know, he sends the same thing back. You know, laughing so hard you're crying smiley faces, and says, "Truck
Arriving
scale."
at Travel Centers of America on the right.
It says truck scale. I says, oh. Yeah. I tell him, I said, I'm headed there right now. So, in that message,
Please drive to highlighted route.
I sent back to him saying that I'm betting $1, that I would bet him $1 that I already got this load balanced properly, legally. And I'm doing that because I got a pretty good handle on things at this point. And I have this handy dandy little PSI gauge in the cab here that lets me know how much pressure is on my drive tire airbags. And based on heavy loads that I've pulled in this truck in the past, I got a pretty good idea that I'm pretty well balanced out. I think if anything, I might be a little bit heavy on my trailer tandem axles, but I don't think so. I think I got her balanced out legal. So we're gonna find out here shortly. As soon as this AWC truck pulls off, get our scale and we'll get our ticket and see what we get. See if I owe him $1. So what do we got here? Time is now 5:09 in the PM. 87 degrees down here now in New Hampshire. Greenland town. About 72 feet elevation, and well, I don't know, it's not really worth mentioning, but I'll say it anyways. 895 miles to go down to what was it, Pine Flats or something like that. Piney Flats, I think is what it was. Piney Flats. Okay, AWC, what are we doing here? Why is this taking so long, it would seem? He's still got his foot on the brake, I think. There he goes. Okay. Mac, get down, get down, get down.
First way or relay?
First way.
Start there.
722.
You're all set.
Take it. So did you hear him? He goes, "You're all set." All right. That does not mean I have a clean bill of health on my weights, but every once in a while I get the feeling that that's exactly what it means. Because sometimes they'll just tell you, okay, you're all good to go, right? And you come in, you get your ticket, and it is, and it's fine. So, but we have to go inside and get a ticket anyways, because if I don't, and I wind up being overweight going across a DOT scale, then I don't have any backup. And the way it works with these CAT scales is, if you get a scale ticket and, you know, from a CAT scale, and then you find yourself being overweight in any way, shape, or form when you go across the DOT scale, they pay for your fine or something like that. So you get a guarantee out of it. So anyways, I got to run inside, and we'll see you in a minute. Well, I was, holy crap. Well, looks like I owe somebody $1. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Yep, I was a little bit off, but there's always a but at the end of that joke. There's two aspects of being legal when you're hauling a load, especially one that's heavy. Make this, I can do this. I think we're gonna go for it, whether I can or not. Yep, I can make it. So, and I'm gonna try and keep this short because I have a feeling that this is gonna become a long video again here. But so as I said, there's two aspects to being legal as far as the DOT is concerned when you're hauling a load. You know, I'm sure there's more than two, but the two that I'm going to get into is weight. Okay, so you got your gross weight, and then you got, so I guess we'll talk about three aspects. You got your gross weight.
3/4 of a mile. Turn right on I-95 South.
In which you can't be more than 80,000 pounds gross, right, without a permit. Okay, and this all varies state to state, also, except for like your gross weight, and then
1/2 mile. Turn right on I-95 South.
the second aspect is that your weight when loaded, you can't have more than 34,000 pounds. Okay, this is just standard stuff, right? On either your tandem drive axles or your tandem trailer axles, okay? So when they load a truck, you know, it's never the same, right? You know, sometimes you get, you know, a whole bunch of weight put in the front, you know, and little weight put in the back, you know, or, you know, they load different loads different ways. You know, sometimes you'll have a bunch of weight in towards the rear of the trailer.
Turn right at the traffic light.
And so obviously that would make the weight heavier depending on where the most weight is, whether it's towards the rear of the trailer or towards the front of the trailer or in the middle of the trailer, or maybe they put a bunch of weight on towards the front, little weight in the middle, and then a bunch on the rear. So all that stuff makes a difference, right, on how heavy you are on your axles. So the way these trailers are designed is so that you can slide the trailer tandem axles forward and backwards, just as you would a fulcrum point on a balance, on a like a teeter-totter or something, And so that way you can adjust how much weight you have, and you can make your load legal, right? And that's just being balanced. So like in our case, we're hauling 44,011 pounds. We got a gross of 77,500 or something like that. So I know I'm not over gross right off the bat, but I don't know if I'm balanced properly until I get the load scale, which is what we just did. And as I showed you pictures there, my first weigh was not legal. I had like 35,000 and whatever on my trailer tandems, and only 31,000 on my drive tandems, which is way over. The 35,000, whatever that was, is way over 34,000 pounds, and they charge a hefty fine per every 100 pounds. I don't know what the fines are. I'm sure that depends state to state too. I don't know, but it's pretty hefty. They really stick it to you if you come rolling across their scales and you're overweight. So that's why we go and we get checked before we try. We try to get checked at the closest available scale from the shipper, right? Well, that just happened to be that TA. It was 53 miles away from the shipper. I had to travel southbound. So that's the number two aspect. The third aspect is the distance from where the kingpin of the trailer is latched into your fifth wheel, right? That big fifth wheel plate that sits on top of your drive axles. So from kingpin to the center point between the two axles on the trailer, or to the very rear axle of the trailer, can, in certain states, can't exceed a certain distance. In California is the worst. They allow for basically the shortest distance from your rear axle to your kingpin, right? That's why you always see signs. If you've been in California, you'll see signs. If you've been in any state, you'll see signs that say 30 feet from kingpin to rear axle not advised, or something like that. That's what they're talking about. And there's basically certain states that are, I'll call green states, don't have a maximum distance requirement or minimum distance requirement, and that's a lot. It's the majority of the states, like in the south and up into some of the northern states and stuff. Like I said, California is a West Coast state. They're one of the worst. They have the shortest amount of distance. And then the northeastern states, down into even like New York and stuff, they allow for 41 feet. California only allows 40 feet. The northeastern states, which I'll call yellow states, allow for 41 feet. And then the green states, it doesn't matter. You can have them set anywhere. You can have them as far back as you want them, or as far back as you need them. Right now, we're basically traveling through all yellow states, and I have my axles almost all the way back to get this load balanced properly. So I'm legal weight-wise, which is the more important one, right? That's the more important one. If I roll across the scale and my weights are proper, if I roll across the DOT scale and my weights are fine, I'm not overweight on anything, chances are I'm gonna get a green light, right? And they're probably not gonna really worry too much about how far back my tandems are. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get somebody who's just really, picky or something like that, I'd imagine. But they're gonna catch your weight before they're gonna catch your length. So we are technically
1.25 miles. Keep left on I-95.
illegitimate right now as far as our length goes. We're not legal, but as far as our weight goes, we're legal. So we're rolling with it. There's not much else we can do about it. There is nothing else we can do about it. So we're not going to turn around and go back to the shipper. If we were close, yeah, we might go back to the shipper and have them reconfigure how the load is in the trailer, but we're not going to bother with that on this one. So, anyways, what I say, I was going to try and keep it brief.
Left on I-95.
I get to just rambling, I guess. So, anyways, I'm going to let you go. We'll talk to y'all somewhere down the road here. See you in a bit. See if we can get some of the sky in this frame here. It's pretty amazing looking, actually. Look how freaking blue it is. Like, I mean, of course it's blue. It's the sky. Okay, so how do I want to say this? You'll see. There you go. Pretty incredible looking sky right now. I don't know. So, welcome back and greetings to you from Tollandtown, Connecticut. Here on the I-84 southbound. Passing up mile marker 77. And just trying not to go crazy right now. We're trying not to lose our minds right now. For various reasons, one of which is just the way people are driving today for some reason. I don't know, it's kind of weird. People are either, it's just weird today, I don't know what it is. Ever since we got loaded and left Maine, people are just driving extra slow today. I don't know. Like, it's phenomenal. Compared to just 2 or 3 days ago on my way out here, and people couldn't keep their foot, they couldn't keep the accelerator pedal off the floor. For some reason today, people are just driving slow. I mean, they're driving less than the speed limit. Lots of people. They're just, I don't know, it's a really weird thing. Sometimes I don't know what to make of it. It's like there's something in the air. It's like, can you feel it in the air tonight? I mean, like this car that we're passing to the right of us right now, they're doing less than the speed limit for no apparent reason.
In
And what's so frustrating about it is,
on I-84.
as I mentioned, I'm running really heavy, right? So when I come up to the crest of a hill, right, because we're going through a lot of hilly areas right now, right? And so, you know, you come up to the crest of a hill and you begin the downside of it, right? And, you know, being that I'm running really heavy, you know, I'm trying to get as much momentum as I can for the next hill climb, right? I mean, that's just the way you gotta, I mean, you don't have to run your truck like that. You don't have to run like that. You know, you don't have to get, you know, to the crest of a hill
right lane
and hammer down in preparation for the next hill climb, because by the time you get to the top of the crest of the next hill, even when you're hammered down, you're going to be down to like 55, you know, with this heavy load, even less, down to 50. Sometimes I'm shifting down into ninth gear for the, you know, for these hill climbs.
Continue on I-84.
You know, so I'm just, you know, like trying to keep the momentum going on this truck, right? It's just, you know, it's better on fuel mileage that way, and, you know, I mean, it gets me there, you know, I mean, it's just, it's a smarter way of driving, right? And I don't know what it is. Well, nope, you better fucking hang on there, truck. Put your flasher on me. Fucking Jamie Hunt. But like, these freaking four-wheelers and these freaking cars and stuff, they keep on, I don't know what it is, but we'll get, you know, over the crest of a hill, we'll come down to the very valley of the hill, and they'll freaking slow down in front of me. And I'm going, people, I need to hammer down to get up this next hill climb, or else I'm going to be dropping down into 8th gear, you know? Running up at a freaking 40, you know? And then everybody's going to be pissed about the slow truck, right? It's like, yeah, well, you guys are freaking causing me to go slow. You know, I'm not trying to just freaking hammer down, you know, like, I'm not trying to, I don't know. It's just, it's a little frustrating the way some people are, and it's weird. Because just 3 nights ago on the way out here, everybody was just freaking hammered down, everybody. People couldn't go fast enough. They're at 85, you know, 80. Some people were doing 90, 75, all in a 65 zone. So, it's just odd. I think it has something to do with the moon. Yep. So anyways, but yeah, that sky's pretty amazing nonetheless. So I just kind of wanted to show that off and shoot the shit with you for a minute, and we gotta put you back down. So we'll see you somewhere down, maybe in New York or something like that. Talk to you later. Well, hey there, good morning to you. How y'all doing? So, greetings to you from Bloomsbury, New Jersey. At TA over here off of, what is it? The I-78. I actually forgot once again to bring in the cap off yesterday's or the last 2 days events, so I'm bringing in right now, and we're gonna cap it off over here in Bloomsbury as we depart this here TA. So, yeah, we actually we're making our way through Connecticut and all that, down to New York real quick, and into New Jersey. And as we were getting to the southern end of Connecticut, it started raining and stuff, and it was getting pretty nasty, a lot of lightning, thunder. And we actually got tornado warnings last night and stuff. So I ended up pulling off at a rest area like a mile up the road here.
In 1/4 mile, turn left, I-78 west.
It's more of a turnout really than a rest area, but and we went ahead and hunkered down there, and then popped up, came over here to the TA this morning to fuel up and stuff. But yeah, I didn't even hear the tornado warnings. They occurred while I was asleep, of course. All I know is that they're posted all over
I-78 west.
both of these phones, my work phone and my personal phone, this morning when I got up. And that doesn't surprise me, because it was pretty warm last night and humid, and with the rain and the lightning and stuff, it doesn't really surprise me much at all. So anyways, yeah, so we're gonna call this one a wrap. Today's now Thursday, August 19th, 2021. Current local time is 9:51 in the AM. 79 degrees outside. We're down to 553 miles out to Piney Flats, Tennessee. And if I remember to, I'll bring it back in a little bit later or something. But as it stands for this video, it's must come to an end. Well,
Continue on I-78.
oh boy, we're getting drawn into the. Looks like everybody's getting drawn into these scales here. That's unfortunate. All right, you're gonna hang out with us for just a minute longer here. Well, like I said yesterday, we're legal as far as our weight is concerned. How far our tandems are, like, okay, yeah, maybe not so much.
Speed limit 35 due to scales. Arabic numerals, so what's the problem?
Just lay back like a couple truck lengths and then hammer down through it there, brother.
Police lights back there on the westbound side. Hey, westbound scales open. That's what it said. RMJBs just went by there.
Well, boy, did we get lucky right now. We got lucky because on the scale side, they had a few trucks lined up. So when they get a few trucks lined up, they just let all the rest that are coming bypass. So we got bypassed. All right. Anyways, I hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for watching Infinity Highway once again. We will see you somewhere down the road. So take care. See ya.